Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, alright viewers, thank you for watching this video. It is something I'm going to talk on something very relevant actually. But before I'm going to share you one of my history, one of his best history in my life is related something that we want to discuss for this time. Well, ladies and gentlemen, have you ever feeling like you want to be a great people, you want to be good in something at all the thing might be, but you didn't upgrade yourself, you want to be a better people, you want to be handle many people, let's say leadership. But before we're going to talk about it, I'm going to share one of my experience. I was in senior high school. I'm very afraid to myself because my teachers, my advisor, my parents, actually and my friends give me many suggestions that order me become a leader in my school. I was in your high school. I'm very afraid to let's say to do something that I want to order people to do something, but I'm not doing it. So I'm very afraid to myself. I want to be how I can to be a good leader. So what I was doing then? I was doing something that I asked one of my teachers, that is one of headmaster in my school. I was asking like this: how can I be a good leadership? How can I handle many people in one group? And my headmaster answered with, "You just try it. There is no something that directly perfect, but need through have many process." So from this is one of my simple history, we can say all leadership not only being good leadership, but start with a simple step. Let's say start from being a leader in small group and high group. So leadership is very important for us, ladies and gentlemen. Without leadership in this place, exactly in our country, our nation, well, there is no rule, where there is no something that we can feel now like a school, like a college, or another something there. You know what? In United States of America, there is a famous leadership that's called by a president, that is Barack Obama. He is one of the characteristic people when he handle that United States very great. You know what? The good leadership is who always care to the society. The good leadership who always being a fair to society, not bring a negative something, always bring a positive. How can we do it? So now we will discuss about it. Start from leadership and conflict management. You know what? From the word leader, leader means that the people not only can stand up like this. Leader means that who believe in themselves, can handle one of group, can handle many people, can bring a positive impact to the many people exactly in society. And conflict management. What mean by conflict management? You know what? There is no something that doesn't have a conflict or a problem. So of course, then our duty being leadership to solve the problem, to handle, to manage, or manage something that we can do to handle the conflict. So let's call by conflict management. The next is, what is leadership? I already mentioned many characteristics of leadership, many deal with the leadership actually. But I got a quotes from the good leadership who was being president now in United States of America, Donald Trump. He has a wise perspective. He wise and how to handle the United States of America. He said, "I'm leadership. I'm president of America. I'm a great people. I can handle all this nation. I want to make America great again." That is belief in himself. He can handle all of the nation, all of the society, all the something that's in United States. So the conclusion is the first is leadership has believed to himself what he should do. There is no leadership say I cannot do this, I cannot handle this something, I cannot make like this. So the first point that we have to build in ourselves is I believe in myself, I can do it, I can handle it, I can bring many people from the darkness until to something great. They at least bring a positive impact. Another example, let's say something related to leadership is we can see around us there is many leaders start from village next to the district and all the nation, all the structure in our country. That is in one of the leader that is called by president. So we can see around us exactly in Indonesia. Many leadership is doesn't mean being leadership. You know what? Leadership just take salary. That is not actually leadership. Leadership doesn't thinking about how can I get money from this program. How can I get something that's very interesting, very important to me. So that doesn't mean that leadership. So leadership actually at least bring a positive impact. Okay, the next is, as already mentioned before, leadership is not only just being stand up and see people, but leadership has many duty, or that is what is the true leadership that it has in himself. The first is problem solver. As I mentioned before, there is no something, there is no in one of situation doesn't have a problem. So we bring it that problem solver. Being a leadership that we have to be a problem solver. You know what I mean by that? Everything that we have to think about. Let's say we have to clear our society. Many problems that we have to handle with care, with positive thinking, and with something great actually. Second is facilitator. You know what I mean by us being a good leadership? One of the example that's good facilitator and leadership is in United States also. Facilitator that is must have in leadership. You know what? There is no leadership doesn't have a facilitator. So facilitator is very important. Next is motivator. Being leadership not only can speak in front of the society, being leadership not only can take the salary, let's say money, no, but being leadership while you have to be motivator. You know Barack Obama as the good leadership, he is good motivator, not only instead in our societies in our nation is Indonesia. Many people just take money being leadership. But in other countries, we have to be a good example. We can take the good example. Being leadership that is must be motivator for the society exactly. And next is listener. Being leadership not only can speak, not only can let's say order people, make a structure, make a rule for our society, no, but we have to be a listener. Don't be afraid. Don't be let the society being silent. So let order them to talk with us, and we are being a listener. Next is negotiator. You don't know what mean by negotiator? This is a for society to make easy our society. Strategies. We have to make a good how we can handle people with good strategies that we must build in ourselves as a great leadership. Visionaire. Visionaire, what mean by that? We think about a couple years later, couple day later, or many years later for our society. For the small example is in Indonesia, being a leadership that we have to visionaire. Maybe now we are in a good technology. We have to think about next year, couple years later, how will the world change our society? next is duty. Not only being a human can speaking in front of audience, not only being a people can order or make some rule, but leadership must have a duty. The first is communication. Good communication is very important. Without communication, we will not make agreement, or we will not make something that's good. The second is coordination. So even that we become a leadership, so we have to make a coordination with the people, expertise maybe, or many people we can share our opinion, or we can ask how we can handle it, how we can make something that's great for my society. So let's say we're still learning, even we become society. The next is consolidation. This consolidation that we must do as a good leadership. This activity is very important for all this leadership. Not only can speaking, not only share himself to the society and talking about something next year I will be like this, and something that fake, let's say fake, but we can approve being leadership. So the conclusion is being leadership is not only being can speaking, can order, can make a structure for the people or our society. So the good leader is who can bring a positive impact to the society, who can care to the society, who want to be a great people through leadership that must make a learning, that's believe in himself. I can do it. Maybe that's all my presentation. Thank you for watching. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.